Hi everyone. It is DOCTalk, and today we're here on a somber day. It is 9/11, and a memory 24 years ago. Next year will be a special celebration because it'll be the 25th anniversary of 9/11 and the attacks on our country. A day now known as Patriot Day, and that is because from all the terrible things that occur in the history of our country and in our world, we have to make positives out of it. And remember that each generation, each age group has to go through these events that make our country better and that make us better. And it's best always to remember that. All of us who were in the emergency world that day remember where we were, what we were doing, how we heard that first message about 9/11. It makes us cohesive in how we approach our world, how we approach the risks of our world, how we have to think about preparedness. And with that comes better things, and better things have come to happen in our world and in our country as a result of 9/11. And so let's make it positive. For all of the big events, and this last generation has been impacted by a pandemic. And we probably don't remember the time that we heard that the world was essentially shutting down, but we knew within a period of weeks that all that we appreciated about being together in all kind of events suddenly came to be a reality. And we had to learn again to appreciate the opportunity to be together. This week was a big meeting of the American College of Emergency Physicians. It was an appreciation of being able to be together and work with people who are going through a really tough time now. Emergency medicine has changed in the last years. And together with other emergency physicians from around the globe, we're talking about the improvements that we continue to make in the emergency care system as more and more people come to use the emergency department for care. That's some mark of success, just so all of you know, because as people don't die prematurely, they live longer. And at times when they live longer, and they develop some complicating medical issues, but we continue to have them in our world, and they smile. And every once in a while, when they have a setback, they come to the emergency department, and we take great care of them. We take great care of them in EMS. We take care of them in their homes with fire and police who come to allay fears with their alarm system, who come occasionally to do a lift assist for them. And that's an advantage of having older people in our community. They contribute to their families, they contribute to all of us. And that's an important message to be receiving now. The pandemic, frankly, it's not done yet. In my community, we're dealing with likely another COVID outbreak in our senior facilities. It's a seasonal thing wherever you are. And at the time of the year when people are together in close assembly, which in Florida is during the summer season when you have to be near air conditioning. In the winter, it's more open season in Florida, but closed season in the northern part of the country and the hemisphere because that's when it's too cold to be outside. So during the closed seasons, we're going to continue to have more significant outbreaks of COVID and our respiratory diseases. The good news of the week, it has been a slow flu year in the southern hemisphere. So those of us who live in the northern hemisphere, we don't have great fears about what is happening. The message of the last couple weeks about vaccinations. Vaccinations in our world have been a tremendous, tremendous public health improvement. Don't ever doubt anybody who says that vaccines have made a significant change in our world. A couple weeks ago, I was with someone who had polio in their family. And we have one of the oldest surviving polio victims in the world who I happen to know. The world of polio used to cripple societies, schools, children, and now we have a wonderful vaccine. When I entered the emergency world, the disease that was a high risk for public safety people was hepatitis B. Hepatitis B, we don't even hear about anymore because we vaccinate public safety workers and others who are at risk. We vaccinate people in the community. And in that way, we have essentially wiped out a disease that used to wipe out a lot of our public safety workers who got exposed to blood as part of their world. A couple of weeks ago, I was doing a lecture on a disease, and because I work in an area where we have a lot of children that weren't born in America and didn't receive vaccinations, they have a different risk profile and can get very different life-threatening diseases. One of them is epiglottitis, which is a really bad infection of the throat, and a particular risk to kill children. We don't see that in American children anymore because they've been vaccinated against it. But in a world where we live, where children don't get those vaccinations in other countries, it's still very much a risk. The bottom line message is our vaccinations are they're a public health miracle. And across the spectrum of vaccinations, there's different levels of effectiveness. To be blunt, there's a very, very small risk with any of the vaccinations. It's microscopic compared to the benefit that comes from vaccinations. And the vaccinations just keep getting safer. Do not lose faith in the world of vaccinations and what they've done for public health and eradicating bad diseases. The latest of them, and a timely issue, is RSV. We have noted a very significant drop in our EMS runs and emergency department visits related to this terrible, terrible, terrible bug. In the background behind me here is a picture of my youngest granddaughter who had RSV at 7 days of age and almost died of it. If she was born today, she would either be given a vaccination herself, and that's a monoclonal antibody immunization, or her mom would have gotten vaccinated when her mom was pregnant in the last trimester. That's what's available now and has been available the past couple of years. And for older people like me who are at risk for RSV infections, I have my own vaccination that is available to me and I take. So vaccination's still a good thing. It's part of our world of public health. Don't lose faith in what public health does for us. They're following the COVID outbreaks that are occurring in Florida now, giving us good information where we can serve our community better and keep our public safety providers from getting sick themselves. We have a time in my doc talk today to talk about things that are negative that we want to turn into positives. All of these things should remind you, we all have tough days as human beings, and we come out of those better, stronger, able to learn from them and live lessons later on into our life, and then mentor those who are in the next generations. That's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful opportunity we have. Let's keep living a very good life in our society and respecting our memories and the people that gave their lives in some of these horrible events. And let's keep moving forward. Thank you for listening in on Doc Talk and for listening in and remembering a very sober day in American history. Take great care of yourself, and we'll talk again in a couple of weeks. Thanks.